Hey everyone, Eric here, Hemo Farm Adventures. Been a minute. How's everybody been? Not too bad this side. Real busy with work, but finally got a crap ton of parts in for Project S10 here. It still doesn't have a name, other than my buddy Jake wants me to call it the Murder S10. But we need to come up with something a little catchy. So let me bring you guys in here and show you what's on the agenda for tonight. So here we go. So Chevy's frames back here by the wheel well are a little wider than normal. Like we're all about 2 inches here, but I think it's like 2 3/8, 2.5 here. So I need to cut this line, both sides. We'll get into them brackets too. And they're a little too long. We're gonna have to modify them because they're below my scrub line, and we'll get into that here in a little bit, what that is. So I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me cut steel, so hang on a second. So that took longer than expected, but that's to be expected here. Let me flip. So I finally got the upper frame rail and the bottom frame rail the same width all the way down. I had to cut off at bump stop, spring perch. I still have this one to go, but I did get the bottom one cut same width as the top. The C Notch will go on there square, but yeah, I'm gonna cut this off and I'm gonna call it. So we'll continue again tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow, but hey, plenty. We gotta take off the gas tank. Gotta hide up, string up these lines, and then once that's out of the way, I can cut that cross member off, and start evaluating this 4-link so I can get it and start cycling. And yeah, happy days. Well, until tomorrow, guys, have a good night. Sunday, back on the S10 for a little bit. Let me show you guys what I got accomplished. So, cut off both shock brackets, and I trued up the frame rails, upper and lower. Removed the gas tank. That's right there. So I got to cut these tank brackets off, tank straps, and then that little bracket there. And then marked my center line for my axle, so I can get this C notch in here. And then I guess we'll be boxing in the frame wherever the 4-link goes. Haven't seen yet. Yeah, whole bunch of math involved. So bottom of the frame, hey, point that up there so they can see it. There we go. Bottom of this frame, nothing can stick below this. This is, if you were to draw an imaginary line from the bottom of this frame all the way underneath the truck, that's your scrub line. Nothing can go below that because my intention is to lay frame. So you take that measurement from the ground, and you take from here, bottom of the frame to the ground, subtract them to the radius of the rim that you're going to run with the tire, and the axle tube diameter, and it gives you the size notch that you need. I'm going to go with the full 10-inch. These over here, because I'm not sure. Originally Initially, I'm going to go with wire wheels, either Dayton or LA wire or something. I don't know. I ain't made up my mind yet. But just in case I decide one day I want to tuck 22s, I have the room in the C Notch to do that. As it sits right now, I only need a 5.5-inch notch to lay frame and to give my axle cushion between the top of the axle and the bottom of the frame. So this cross member is going to come off, that one's going to come off, and I'll build something out of some tubing, box tubing probably. And then once the C notch is done, 4-link is in, I need to pull this cab off because I need to box in the rest of the frame. I need to pull out all these fuel lines, and e-brake cables, and whatever, the Wi-Fi's, whatever else Chevy decide to run inside that frame rail. But, yeah, did some cleaning around here. I moved the big block, or this is the next endeavor, all my fireworks stuff. It's got to get organized. Stuff's out of control here. But I moved the IZ over there, took both the toolboxes, and put them here. So that way I'm not running from the truck over there. Got my parts washer here. There's the home of the new big block. Well, not new, but I'll slowly start building that. But for now, I'm gonna go with the old 305. This thing's light. She should scoot and boogie, or boogie, and she gonna boogie something on down the road. She should. It's light. There's nothing to it. Get rid of this welder here. It's in my way. I don't use it. So it was a pretty adventurous weekend. Got a lot of stuff done. Ton of stuff. Let me figure out these points in here. Where are you at? There you are. These guys are right there. I'm sure they're corroded. This thing's been sitting since the last time that my dad drove it. It's only been driven twice. These are actual miles on that thing. Only been driven twice. He drove it on his way back. Got a crack in the cylinder head. So he ground it down, heated it up, cast, welded it back together, but he said it just wasn't the same. So we got a new motor, 0 miles, never been started. I crank it, it'll crank like it's its job. But I need to get spark. It's simple. It's old school technology. I like this new fuel injection, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating. Not being a hater. But I like the old stuff. The old stuff worked. You can get more power out of fuel injection, but I'm not trying to build a drag truck here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go get me a cold drink and watch some football and enjoy the rest of my night. Back at the grind tomorrow. 9 to 5. Well, 7 to 3:30 for me. You guys have a good weekend, or the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next weekend. Remember, on off-road, all gas, no cable. See you.